opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of the station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Huddle. Scott Taylor along with Cody Bandera, who is the greatest interviewer I know, and I say that without being facetious. You have done a tremendous job doing the interviews out at Premier Football Factory and some of the hockey stuff we've done, and you do a great job.
It's almost like I've done it before, right?
Yeah, you're good at it.
I know, I try.
We have a very, very, very busy show today. It's all going to be a surprise to me. I don't even know what our producer Rebecca Horan has us lined up with, so it's kind of a potluck for today.
Let's just go in it.
We're just going
to start grabbing everything, a bit of everything, right?
Because we've had so many great interviews over the past month. I think it's hard to pick the best. So we're going to do that today. Cody and I will be back. We'll be back at the end of the show. But in the meantime, we got lots on the Huddle today. This is the Huddle. We are football in Manitoba, and we're community created right here on Shaw TV. Don't go away. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Huddle. Scott Taylor along with the head coach of the Winnipeg Rifles, Ryan Carhut, one of our favorite guests, especially in the offseason because you've already had rookie camp.
Right.
So I kind of want to know what guys you liked at rookie camp. Who did you like?
Oh, there was a lot. We had over 100 again, like last year, which is terrific to see. I mean, Winnipeg's got a lot of football going on right now. Football in high schools exploded. The midget league's strong. And, you know, there's a lot of good rural kids that keep coming out and stuff. So there's a lot to pull from, and we've had a lot of good kids out. I mean, there's a giant list of kids I really liked. Kanan Felix and Brendan No Jokes really stood out as receivers, and Anthony Dick.
And that's Scott's brother, so at least you've had a Nayuk's kid before.
Yeah, exactly. And you think that would help out a little bit more with the recruiting process, but it hasn't helped out as much as I hoped. But yeah, you know, like they both did very well. I mean, Drennan Bush and Jonathan Rempel and Julian Whitnick looked really good at quarterback.
Good for Julian.
Yeah.
I really liked him with the Nomads. I thought he was a pretty good quarterback.
He's such a pure passer, and he puts nice touch on the ball. It's incredible for an 18-year-old kid how well he can spin the ball. So he looked really, really well.
Bush is one of those quarterbacks who can do things with his legs, too.
Yeah, him and both Jonathan Rempel, they're both very good athletes and guys that when things break down for them everywhere else, they can still run and make a play happen for you. So, which is pretty big for young guys in our league when you're going against 22-year-olds.
And you have a big hole to fill because Ryan Marsh was a great quarterback in football. He was about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I think he has about 14 records right now for the all-time.
Yeah, they all talk about guys like Jordan Yance and people like that, but the big numbers in the last few years have been Ryan Marsh right here.
Yeah, and you know what, his numbers are right there with everybody, and he played one less season most of the guys that he's tied with, which is incredible because if he played another year, it'd be lights out how much further ahead he'd be stats-wise from everybody else. So.
But he got too old and graduated, so you're looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, correct. He, you know, we're a 22 and under league. Yeah. He was 22 last year, so he's kind of moved on now. So, yeah, we're looking for someone else to kind of take the reins. And, you know, we got a couple of guys on the roster, but then if we bring a young guy in with a lot more time left, we got opportunity to develop a guy for the long term. So it'll be interesting.
You had two good backs back, Tim Demjuk and Blair Mattis.
Yep.
But you're still looking around for running backs. And Blair Mattis had a very good year for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Blair went way beyond our expectations. He didn't really touch the ball too much in the first couple of games, but then after that, we started leaning more and more on him. And what was impressive about Blair last year was his third and fourth quarters were unbelievable. He seemed to just get better the more carries he got. And when most younger guys break down, usually, you know, he got stronger and stronger and really carried us through a lot of fourth quarters.
He's kind of built like a fire plug. He's a pretty strong kid.
Yeah, he is, definitely.
And I saw him a number of times last year, and of course saw him in the when he was a high school kid still playing at St. Paul's. He was as good a running back as came out of there.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of good running backs. You last year talked to a kid named Peter Oliver, I think, lineman. Did you have a good line crew out?
Yeah, we for the rookie camp, you mean, or for last season?
No, for the rookie camp. Because I know you found him early and got him to play.
Yeah, he was kind of a surprise last year for us at the rookie camp. Big athletic kid that seemed to fly under the radar with a lot of people. This year was pretty similar. I think we ended up with 16 linemen on at rookie camp. A lot of big bodies. That was the one thing that just kind of took me back was you're dealing with all these 17, 18-year-olds. You don't expect them all to be so big, but I think that's just the trend of kids right now.
Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, and kids are training more. I think it's a big difference. You get into McDowell's and Elite and Recruit Ready and all those people, and kids are getting bigger and stronger. And
yeah, absolutely.
And they eat better. Don't we? We eat better.
We were at that combine the other day, and I remember when I came out of high school, I benched 225 7 times, and it was the best for Team Alberta's tryouts. And now we got kids out there doing it 11, 12, 13 times, and they're playing defensive back. Like it's just incredible the amount these kids are putting in off the field now is just it's crazy.
You sound like a guy who's pretty pleased with what you saw at rookie camp.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good recruiting class. I think especially for us right now, we're at 23 commits, which is huge. Last year at this time, I think we were at about 7. So with the new coaching staff and bringing all the new change in last year, it's kind of tough to get that ball rolling. I think we did a lot of positive things last year, and a lot of kids saw that. So it's getting easier to get more kids on board and get them to buy into what we're doing, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Ryan Carhut, the head coach of the Winnipeg Rifles. We'll have Ryan back a lot this year. The Rifles, a great program, and you really changed the way things had been in the past this year or last year and did a great job.
Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it.
Ryan Carhut, head coach of the Rifles. When we come back, we're going to talk to one of his favorite coaches. Brand new with the club, Eddie Panning is going to join us. Everybody likes Eddie. We'll do that right after this. This is The Huddle. We are football in Manitoba, community created on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. My guest is Eddie Panting. Former defensive coordinator for the Eastside Eagles, but now defensive backs coach of the Rifles. Congratulations on your new appointment. Now, this is kind of a big step for you because you were a really good junior player. Now you get to kind of go back to your league. Tell us about the decision and how you got the job and why you're now wearing that Rifles polo shirt.
I think I did as much as I could professionally as a coach at the level I was coaching at, and I had a great career there at Eastside.
Working with Sam is
with Sam and Josh Pereira. And it was unreal, but you always want to keep learning and growing as a coach. And I think I got an excellent opportunity with the Rifles. Coach Jason Parks was hired on as the defensive coordinator this year. He got a hold of me. I didn't really know Jason from before. He'd saw some of my coaching stuff, and we sat down, had a talk, got along great. We're right on the same page of how we viewed a defense.
That's nice too. If you start a job with the DC like you know that from being a DC.
Yeah, exactly. So we had the exact same mentality and outlook of what we wanted the defense to look like, and really the culture of a defense, and that's huge. So I applied, had a couple interviews with Coach Carhut, and everything went well. So
you had a great year last year with that Eastside team. You had a great couple of years with that club. Are you sorry to leave it behind? Because that was a team that you guys had built.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. It was unreal. The staff, the players it's such an incredible team to be a part of. I know they'll do great. There's amazing coaches across the board. It's going to be different. I'll miss them, I'm sure, right? But it's such a huge opportunity that I couldn't pass it up.
It's a big step, and you played, of course, in the BC Junior League.
Yes, I did.
Tell us a little bit more about your background. We've had you on before, but people may have forgotten that you kind of went right through the ranks and back around. And
you
did a lot.
I played high school football here as a quarterback. Then I started playing
at
Sisler. At Sisler, yeah. And then I got to junior level and saw the rest of the quarterbacks. Didn't think it was going to pan out so well. So I went and switched to play defensive back.
And that was at VI?
That was actually at Rifles the initial year. Yeah, so I ended up sticking and playing with majors for a few years, which was a great stepping stone, get me ready for the next level. Built up as a defensive back, went and played for the Vancouver Island Raiders, and it was a great career, and now I'm coaching.
And now you're back coaching.
Yeah.
Have you seen the team that you're going to have? You've been to rookie camp. Have you seen the guys, what it's going to look like?
The rookies were unreal. The camp was amazing. The talent is unreal that's coming out of high school football. It's so
amazing now, isn't it? How good
it's
these
so
kids
different from back when I played. The work they put in the off season it really translates onto the field. The veterans, I've spoken to our vets. I haven't seen them play yet. I saw them at the Recruit Ready Western Combine. Mm-hmm. They looked good, but we'll have to see. We're starting camp February 15th. It's one day with the rookies and the veterans out on the field together, so that's going to be a huge...
You will see the difference. Though.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Congratulations. Well
Thank
done.
you very much.
Eddie Panting, the new defensive backs coach of the Winnipeg Rifles. We may see him again very, very shortly. This is The Huddle. I'm Scott Taylor. We're community created right here on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor and Adrian Dudek, who has no title. Okay, left guard.
Left guard.
But you're not like general manager or head coach or chief cook and bottle washer. You're just left guard.
All of those things and left guard.
I like that. From the Nomads Wolfpack, the women's professional football team. No, it's not professional. I'm just fooling around. From the women's football team that's actually in the North End, but players come from everywhere.
Yeah, we have no catchments, so women can come from all parts of the city and play with us, but we are out of the North Winnipeg Nomads Football Club.
Now, you're looking for coaches?
Yep.
Position, head coach, everybody?
Yep.
How, if I want to coach, how do I do that?
You
Not that you'd want to go.
it's a selection process, so everything still we work with the Nomads board, but you can look online at nomadswolfpack.com. You can look at the North Winnipeg Nomads site. All the information's on there as well. But yeah, we have some interested parties who are coming out who are interested in doing positional. We're still looking for a really dynamic person to sort of take us to the next level and lead us into 2014. But definitely all the information's on there, and we welcome applications for sure.
But anybody who coaches this team is coming into a pretty good football club.
Yeah.
Because you guys started, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, this will be our 4th season.
4th season, and already you're 3rd in the Canadian Women's Western, what's it called? The Western Women's Canadian Football League.
Yeah, we're
the world's longest title.
Yeah, I know. We're 3rd in our conference.
Right, okay.
So there's another Manitoba team, and then there's 2 teams out of Saskatchewan.
That are pretty good.
Yeah, they're wonderful. Yeah.
But it's nice to have one team out of each city. There's one in Saskatoon and there's one in
Regina. Yeah.
So you get to travel a little bit if you want to play.
A little bit of travel. We play in the spring. Traditionally, we play May and June. We're done by the end of June, but we get in the gym February, March to sort of build that capacity, skills, drills, basics, and then move up.
And the camaraderie as well.
Oh, the camaraderie is amazing at the Wolfpack.
That's the best part, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we do a lot of peer-to-peer work. We do lots of unit work with positional coaches. We've had a wonderful set of coaches who have taken us to this point. Awesome for the past 3 years.
Which is pretty good when you start out 0-4 and now you're 2-2.
Absolutely.
And you don't lose at home.
No, absolutely.
You don't lose in this city.
Yeah,
That's a big
We've been really fortunate. We got good backing in this city for
and
sure.
good players. You've got some players who are on the national team.
Absolutely.
So there are other opportunities for women who come out for this team.
Absolutely. The nationals are held every few years, so they're looking to, I believe it's 2017, don't quote me on that, but we have players who were participating in 2010, 2013, right up to people who have no experience.
But there was also people who made the national team that didn't come out till after the first World Championship was over.
Yeah.
They came in that second group and ended up
Absolutely.
making the national team and going to Finland for the World.
Absolutely. And this time around, too, the competition was much higher because we went from having no league to a whole 9-team league now. So there's a lot of people who are really interested.
Now, players a problem? Have you got lots of players?
We're always welcoming more, for sure.
So come on out. Go to nomadswolfpack.com.
Yeah, all the information's there.
Adrian, thanks.
Thank you.
Coach or whatever you're called. Adrian Dudek from the Nomads Wolfpack. Boy, the long names and long leagues. I'm Scott Taylor. This is The Huddle. We are football in Manitoba. We'll be right back. We're community created on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's a brand new year here on The Huddle, 2014. Lots coming up, but we're still kind of talking about 2013 because it was such a tremendous season. We've got all sorts of great guests today, but I'm going to start with a young man that I just met who is obviously a Raider. Yeah. Kieran Stone, who played JV last year with the Oak Park Raiders after a tough year with Fort Garry and Midget. And you came out of where? Crescentwood?
Charleswood Broncos.
Charleswood Broncos. Yeah. Tell us about how you started, why you started.
I started football first year Pee Wee, and one of my good friends, his mom was a TA at our school, and he played football, and he was pretty successful, so his mom got me into it, and then pretty much just from there I loved it, fell in love.
So it was basically not peer pressure, but a friend who said, why don't you try this out?
Yeah, because I love watching football, and I never really thought of playing, and then I decided to, and I loved it. So.
Were you a running back right from the start?
No, I was a lot bigger when I was
little. See, that's the story that everybody tells. They never started out as the position they kind of ended up in.
No, I was a defensive tackle and linebacker.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was bigger when I was little.
Okay.
So, and then I was corner, and then I tried playing quarterback once I got to midget, and that didn't go that well. But then JV, it went really well, and then I ended up playing running back through the rest of the season, and that was.
So tell us where you came along in your steps. You're in Charleswood and then Fort Garry.
Yeah.
And that wasn't an easy year for you.
No, it was. We didn't win any games that year. We didn't have that many committed players the entire year, so our roster was not big, and we had to forfeit a couple games.
How many guys?
I think only about 20 guys constantly came out.
Now, did you have thoughts that year that maybe this is it, football's stupid, I'm not going to play anymore?
Well, it was a tough year because we were so unsuccessful, and I just tried to keep my head up and knew that, next year I'll be playing with a better program but yeah, so.
Tell us about your step to high school.
It was phenomenal. I didn't think I was going to be that successful in JV, honestly, but something about it, like the competition and just everything. I just loved it so much.
Now, what is it about high school football that makes it, and all the kids we get on here and talk to, they've come from club football to high school football. Why do they like it so much?
I don't know. The coaches are great, and the kids that you get on your team, they're just a great bunch of guys to just play with, and like it's just family.
Is the Be True to Your School part of it?
Yeah, definitely, because you get to rep your school and you get to talk to other schools, and it's fun.
Where do you want to take this game? You're in JV. You're going up to AAA hopefully next year.
Yeah.
How far do you want to go? You're not a very big guy.
No, I'm not. But hopefully next year, because I'm training all throughout the off season. So my coach said I could have a spot starting next year, and if that goes well, start my senior year and then see where that takes me. I'm trying out for U18 this year.
You're in grade 10 now.
Yep.
So grade 11, you get to play a little bit at AAA and get used to the speed a bit.
Exactly.
And then maybe by grade 12, get a chance to play every game all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's kind of the plan.
Yeah, that's
now, do you want to take this game as far as you can?
Yeah, I want to try and get as much exposure and just play as much football as I can possibly.
Did you play other sports?
I used to play basketball just like with middle school and stuff like that, but I decided that football was what I wanted to do.
So in the off season, without playing other sports, what are you doing now?
Just training with my school, Recruit Ready, and just working out and just doing camps. And I'm going to try out for U18 when it comes around, so hopefully. Yeah.
How much time a week do you put in training now in the off season? I mean, we're past Christmas into January. What would a week be like for you?
Usually 6 days a week I'm training for it, because I don't really like taking days off because I just feel lazy and I feel like people are getting better. So.
You're not the first guy to say that here.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, you want to play 10 questions with me?
I'd love to.
You know all the answers by now?
Yeah.
Okay. Kieran Stone, running back with the Oak Park Raiders. JV, heading on to AAA next year. We're going to come back and play 10 questions. We'll do that right after this. You're watching The Huddle. We are Football in Manitoba, community created on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor, Kieran Stone. We're going to throw Kieran to the Wolves. It's not every day we get to toss these high school kids to the Wolves. Yes, it is. We do this all the time. It's 10 questions time. My favorite part of the show. There's a sucker born every minute, and he's it. Favorite subject in school?
Phys ed.
Perfect answer. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Football player.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
21 Jump Street.
That's amazing. That's the first 21 Jump Street ever. Your favorite TV show?
The Huddle.
Yeah, that's the best answer ever. Face the camera and say it one more time.
The Huddle.
We should get him to do I'm Kieran Stone and you're watching The Huddle on Shaw TV. Your favorite music, type of music?
Rap and rock.
So your favorite entertainer?
Kevin Hart, definitely.
We get a lot of that. A lot of Kevin Hart. He's in that new movie with De Niro and Stallone, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
Hang out with friends or work out or something like that.
That's all right. Your favorite sport other than football?
I like hockey. I like watching hockey.
Do you?
Yeah.
So your favorite all-time athlete?
LaDainian Tomlinson.
That's a great answer. We haven't had that one before. Yeah. That's perfect. Betty or Veronica?
Betty.
Is there a reason for that or just preference?
Preference.
Okay. Don't know if there's a reason yet. You're great.
Thank you.
And good luck next year with the Oak Park Raiders, and good luck to all of the teams that play next year. I got to be nice to everybody, although I'm cheering for you. Kieran Stone from the Oak Park Raiders, who'll be playing AAA football next year. I'm Scott Taylor. This is The Huddle. We are Football in Manitoba, community created on Shaw TV. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor, along with Kito Poble of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and Kito didn't know what to do with his hands, so we gave him the football. Yeah. Now he knows what to do. Yeah. That's the rumor anyway, that you do know what to do with the football in your hands.
Try to.
Kito is a founder, along with his cousin Carl Volney, of Finish First Football. Tell us where you're at with this thing, because it's not that old, but it's gaining in popularity.
Yeah. One of the cool things that we did this year is actually we've added a group 9 to 13. So now we're getting younger kids. Before we were just doing high school kids. So we figured that if we can get the kids at a younger age, mold them and get them going. Guys like the Winnipeg Rifles could get some big talent in Winnipeg.
Well, the more talent, the better. And of course, as Ryan Carhart has told us with the Rifles, that kids are getting better all the time. Are you finding that they're getting faster all the time?
It depends.
Because nobody can run with you or Carl.
Well, you know what? Running is just like anything else. You just got to do it.
But it is a skill too.
It is.
There's a proper way to do it and an
Right,
improper way to do it.
exactly. And so you just got to practice it. And, you know, a lot of the excuses up here is that it's cold, you can't go outside, right? So that's where our program is able to get the kids to be able to move their bodies and practice their running mechanics.
Where do you run it?
The UMM soccer complex.
There's lots of room.
Yes, a lot of room.
How many kids do you have?
Right now we have 15 kids.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to be in this program and I've missed maybe the first couple of sessions, I can still get in?
Yes, it's you know what, we like to teach the kids and allow them to understand why certain movements or certain mechanics, like basic mechanic, your arms will move your legs. A lot of people don't understand that, so they go running like this and just doing a whole bunch of stuff thinking that we're going to run faster. And it's just small little things that we like to teach our kids that they can take on past our program.
Now, it sounds like you're teaching a running course, but there are footballs on the field.
Oh yeah, there's footballs. Every Friday we play football, you know, but we do put a lot of emphasis on the proper running mechanics because like Carl and I are big on advocates of saying like, you know, your body, well, your muscles are like your armor. So when you go to, you can go in the weight room and put on all this weight and stuff like that, and you have all this armor on, but if you don't use your armor or not used to going into battle with your armor, you're going to be slow out there. You know, so we do emphasize, even though we don't have a weight room program like we would, we do emphasize that. But you do need to be able to move in your armor to, you know, like Troy. You know,
Yeah, like Troy.
Achilles, man.
Sure.
You know, he's running around.
What are you going to do next year? Are you going to run around a little bit more?
Got to.
Yeah.
It's the fourth year.
Because yeah, we got a big season coming up for you with the Blue Bombers.
Yeah.
Tough last year, but it's the CFL. Things change quickly. Are you healthy going into the season?
Yes. Yes.
I always worry about that with you.
Yeah, you know.
You get banged up so much.
I know. It's you know, my brother Ricardo came up here and he's got Carl and I training really hard, and we got a program that's set for getting us right for next season.
Outstanding.
Awesome.
Keto Pobla. Finish First Football. What's the website?
FinishFirstFootball.com.
That's an easy one. Could have been .ca, and I would have been wrong. Keto Pobla, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. When we come back, we got lots more. This is The Huddle. I'm Scott Taylor. We are football in Manitoba, and it's community created on Shaw TV. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor. I do this a lot, and my guest, who hasn't been with us as much as I would like him to be here, Carl Volney, running back, Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Carl, we got a lot to talk about, but let's start with Finish First Football.
Yep.
This is a heck of a program. Tell us about the program and the fact that you've grown to now have two groups.
Yeah, me and Keto, we started a program called Finish First Football.
That would be Keto Pobla.
Yep.
Yes. Your
My
cousin.
cousin.
Yes.
A speed camp. And well, we basically figured, you know, since coming from the States and playing in the States, we figured that everybody in the States, they condition and they practice all year long. And in Winnipeg or anywhere in North America, they don't get to do that in the off season. So what we wanted to do is we brought up the kids, and since they wanted to have a speed camp that we told them about, it worked out, and we've been doing it for 2 years now, and now we have two groups, ages 9 to 13, and then 14 and up.
How many kids do you have?
Last year we had about 15 to 20. So this year, from both groups, about 18.
So it's growing.
It's growing, slowly growing.
And the interesting part about Finish First is that you take part in it as well.
Yep.
So whatever you ask the kids to do, you do.
I do it, yeah. That's the cool thing about it. Like, we train at the same time with them, you know, because we have the off season also, and we got to progress and get better each season.
Tell us about last year. It was not easy to be a Blue Bomber last year. How do you handle that kind of a year as a player? And lots of players will go through that in their career before it's over. How do you keep your focus? How do you keep ready to play? How do you just kind of grind through a tough season?
Well, I've always thought about it like, you know, everybody goes through adversity, but you got to go through the process and keep a positive mindset. And I think last year, even though we had a bad season, but everybody was still on the same pace. And, you know, each year's a different year. And
especially in the CFL.
Yeah, it's a different year every year, and I realized that, but it's 2014, and you just got to keep moving on.
What are your goals for this season coming up? I mean, when you talk to kids and talk about what their goals should be, what are Carl Volney's goals coming into the 2014 CFL season?
My goals, my mindset is always going to be a starter. You know, no matter what, I got to compete. You know, I got to be a leader. I don't need to be a rah-rah guy, but people got to look up to me anyway, and just go out there and be the best player I can be.
Now, if I wanted to go to finish first football now, you've already started. Could I still get in?
Yeah, you can get in. It's never too late because, you know, for the 8 weeks that we do it, we like having kids, whether it's week 1 or week 7, you know, it doesn't matter because for us it's a plus.
So come on out and run.
Run and have fun, you know, that's the whole point of the Finish First Football.
Okay, now I got this feeling that there's no footballs out there. It's just you're just running.
No, we have footballs. I mean, we don't have no tennis balls or golf balls, you know.
Carl Valney, the running back, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and of course one of the coaches at Finish First Football. You want to learn to run, learn from this guy. When we come back, we'll have lots more. This is The Huddle. We are Football in Manitoba, community created on Shaw TV.
All right, gentlemen, on the way to the stadium today, we were driving down Pembina Highway, and we came up to this row of ducks crossing the road, and we had to stop. Cars on both sides of the road were stopped for these ducks crossing the street. There's one big one and about 6 little ones following behind. And I just looked in astonishment and amazement how on both sides of the road, everybody's just stopped waiting for these ducks to cross the road. And do you know what that has to do with football today, gentlemen? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only thing that matters is the next 60 minutes when we step on that football field. And all I want from you in those next 60 minutes is to win. And to win, you only have to do one thing. You have to give me everything you got. Every ounce of strength, every ounce of toughness, every ounce of courage. I need it all today when we step on that field. That is the only chance we have to succeed. Football is a tough game played by tough men. And there's 2 types of football players. Those who hope to win, those who hope to play well, and those who expect it. The guys that expect it put the work in. When it's January, you can't pull those guys out of a gym. You can't get them off the track. They want to be there because they know at some point in time, this moment and this opportunity is going to come up. And they want to be ready for it. I look around this room right now, I see a bunch of guys who expect to play well. A bunch of guys who expect to win. And down that hallway, they are hoping. Each and every one of those guys down there is hoping to win. We are ready today, gentlemen. We are expecting to win, expect victory, believe in yourselves, believe in the man next to you, and let's get on that field and expect to take victory when 60 minutes is done.
Whoa, what a show today, a busy one, a potpourri. We had the best of kind of the elite programs in the province. Yeah. We had Rifles, we had Bombers, we had Wolfpack, we had the best of the best. Adrian Dudek needs a coach. Are you going to coach?
I could be an offensive coordinator, maybe.
Think you can handle that?
I could do that.
Well, yeah, but you're a Detroit Lions fan. So they have lots of offense.
You know, you better
lots of opportunities.
I didn't say defense, I said offense.
Adrian Dudek, the Nomads Wolfpack, looking for a coach. If you're interested in coaching football, this would be a great opportunity. It's a spring league, so it'll set you up for the fall, and it's something
not too big of a commitment.
No, but it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun, and these young women are tremendous athletes. And of course, Ryan Carhut and his brand new coach Eddie Panting, and of course Kito Pobla and Finish First Football. It was a busy, busy day, and we're glad you joined us. We are The Huddle. That's Cody. I'm Scott. We're community created here on Shaw TV. See you next week.
The opinions expressed on the program you have just watched are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of this station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.